This YCN segment is brought to you by Mount Sunapee Resort. Fun for all seasons.
Welcome in, YCN Sports Talk. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide in studio today, and we are getting into the last couple weeks of the regular season. Red Sox looking to wrap up they've got the playoff position wrapped up, but the division, the number one seed, they got some work to do. Yes. Andrew, we were just talking about it before we got started. They got to win one game out of three. Didn't get it done last night on Tuesday night in game number one. Right. They had their chances. Bullpen, we'll get into that. Yep. Now they've got Price and Severino. Then again, the next game, final game of the series, is Erod and Tanaka. Just win one of those games, division champs. What are you thinking in this series?
I mean, yeah, the Sox are definitely going to win one of the two games. I know the Yanks, they do have Aaron Judge back. He didn't do exactly a ton of good plays last night, but he's back. He's definitely a big piece. Hopefully Mookie Betts will come back. Yeah. Hopefully he'll be healthy and he can contribute. And hopefully just the offense can pick things up, only scoring one run last night. I know Jay Happ, they've had a little trouble against him in the past. But one-run lead, and the bullpen gives it up again. Right. That bullpen is going to be a huge problem come October. I really feel like all of their losses in the playoffs are going to be them giving up the lead late in the games because their bullpen could not hold it down. Everyone saw this coming. They didn't make a single move to make that bullpen better at the trade deadline. It's going to be a problem. I can just see it happening in the future. I'm worried about the playoffs. I really am.
No, and what we're going to talk about is what to expect in the next couple weeks or before the playoffs start or before the Red Sox start, and that's number one is that bullpen. Right. Because I was in that camp where who are you going to get? You're not going to get a Brad Hand or a Zach Britton or somebody who's going to make a huge difference, so let's just go with who you got, and hopefully they'll turn around. But I've been saying that now for 2+ months, and they have not turned it around. And every single game, you go back. Last night, obviously, was a blown save. Sunday, you're probably not going to have Pomeranz pitching too many high-leverage situations, but he blows the game on Sunday. They come back and win. That bullpen game on Friday night, I know it was kind of a different scenario with Velasquez being, injured or sick, so they kind of had to throw some pieces together. But the bullpen, there were some guys who looked pretty awful. That Toronto series, Joe Kelly looked bad. So I was in the camp of it's going to be fine, but every game that we go and it's not looking good, now I'm starting to get worried.
I think right at the trade deadline, if you looked at the pieces, if you looked at the numbers, the bullpen wasn't as bad as we thought.
Right.
But now you look at it, they really are as bad, I think, as some people really thought they were. Right. I mean, Tyler Thornburg really had a stretch for a number of weeks where it looked like he was getting healthy. He was looking like he was going to be the setup man that he was when the Red Sox traded for him. Right. But now he's fallen off. I mean, he looks so hittable. And a guy like Drew Pomeranz, who was just an all-star a couple years ago, out of the bullpen, he just hasn't been getting it done. It seems like whenever he gets put in the game late, the other team is going to add runs to the lead. So, I mean, it's just, I don't know who you go to right now. As a setup man, I mean, I guess Matt Barnes, Ryan Brazier. Yeah,
Matt Barnes is supposedly, he's getting healthy and he's going to be okay.
Has a hip problem or something.
And so he might be the next guy in line because really at this point, Alex Cora looks like he's just pulling a name out of a hat and throwing a guy in. And you can't fault him because he's given everybody in this bullpen a chance, and they have failed. So they got to find somebody, and somebody's going to get hot because it's going to be a long playoff. Assuming they get the number one seed, they play the Oakland A's or the Yankees in the first round, maybe win that one. Yep. Assuming Chris Sale's healthy, what does that playoff rotation look like? It looks like everything's coming into shape. Erod's pitched a few starts. He looks fine. Obviously, starts off with Sale and Price.
Yeah, I mean, I thought, kind of halfway through the year, I thought maybe you'd want Porcello in that 2 spot. But the stretch that David Price is on right now, he is pitching like an ace, like the guy we knew he could pitch when the Red Sox signed him. He's got to be your number 2 right now. Right. If you have Chris Sale and David Price throwing like they can, you have a really good chance to win these games. It's can the offense score enough runs to make up for the really bad bullpen, minus Craig Kimbrell, of course. Right. But I mean, really, if you have Chris Sale and David Price pitching like aces, they have a really good chance to win those games. If they can go at least 7 innings and the bullpen just has to, go through just the 8th.
1 inning,
Just 1 inning where, Cora can put in the matchups he wants, lefty against lefty, righty against righty. I think 1 inning they can get through it. But like you said, with David Price, if he's going to be as good as he has been over the last month, they have a really good chance to win.
It'll be a lot easier if Price is pitching
Definitely.
like he does in the regular season versus what we've seen in the playoffs.
Yes.
Quickly, before we hit the break, the Astros or the Indians? Who scares you more, or is it both a toss-up?
They're both really good. I think I'd rather face the Indians. The Astros, defending World Series champs, that offense is just so good. Indians' offense is really good too. I think I would choose the Indians, but both teams, really good playoff teams.
Yeah, either way, if it's the Red Sox, Astros, and Indians, two of those three teams in the ALCS, either team's going to deserve to go to the World Series. So we got a couple weeks left of the regular season, or less than 2 weeks, and then the playoffs will be starting. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll talk some Patriots. Tough week down in Jacksonville. Can they right the ship for this Sunday night in Detroit? We'll take a break. You're watching YCN Sports Talk.